All right, you guys. So Ticket TV, like, share, subscribe as y'all tap on in, man. And I appreciate everybody who been popping up, pulling up, and showing love to my channel in the new year, man. And just all the people who've been supporting what I got going on, man. I appreciate all of y'all. It's never at a point where it's unappreciated. And I want to give a special shout out to my girl once again, Beautiful One Forever, with another $100 donation. I love you, my sister. I love you, girl. Appreciate you for getting behind me, here, supporting me, showing love to the channel, man. I appreciate you for that. And so, um, let's get into this video, man, because Chris Brown, according to the reports, has just lost $500 million lawsuit. Now, he's the one who brought the lawsuit. If you guys remember, he bought it last year against Warner Brothers Ample Entertainment and the producers of Investigation Discovery, the documentary Chris Brown, A History of Violence. Now, he lost his case. It got thrown out of the court by Judge Colin Leas. And basically, um, it affirmed that the documentary's content was protected speech based on public records, interviews, and balanced reporting. See, this is the same thing that's going to follow what happened with Diddy. That's why y'all haven't heard Diddy file no billion-dollar lawsuit like they talked about against Netflix. Because all he's going to do is waste lawyer money. That shit going to get thrown out, just like Chris Brown case just lost. And so it says the documentary released in 2024 explores the allegations of violence and abuse against Chris Brown spanning his career. Key elements included Brown's 2009 assault on Rihanna, to which he pled guilty and admitted punching her. A 2020 all-word allegation by an unnamed woman referred to as Jane Doe, who claimed that Chris Brown assaulted her on a yacht owned by Diddy in Miami. She filed a civil suit against Chris Brown in 2022, seeking $20 million, but she voluntarily dismissed that one. Now, the interviews with alleged victims, experts, and culture writer Scotchy Cole, who stated that Chris Brown has a predisposition for punching women in the face. Other past allegations such as domestic violence and claims from ex-girlfriend Karrueche, who obtained a restraining order back in 2017 against Chris Brown, and various assault reports. Chris Brown has denied many of these allegations, particularly the R-word claim, asserting that he has never been convicted of any sex-related crime, and labeling the documentary as a hit piece and full of lies. Now, Chris Brown, he came with this suit early in 2025, and he said the documentary allegedly portrayed him falsely as a serial R-wordist and a sexual abuser based on discredited claims. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. The content caused harm to his reputation, career, and business opportunities, he said. Specific grievances: Chris Brown argued that Jane Doe hid key text messages from the police that contradicted her story. And her account was inconsistent, Chris Brown said. He claimed that the producers ignored this and relied on false information. Also, the damages sought, which was $500 million, with a portion intended for donation to sexual abuse victims if awarded. Additional claims: Chris Brown alleged that the documentary damaged his public image and led to lost professional opportunities. Now, the lawsuit also emphasized that Jane Doe's 2022 civil case against Chris Brown was withdrawn due to his alleged falsehoods, and she had a history of violence herself. Now, the judge, he handed Chris Brown this L. He reviewed the entire documentary and issued a ruling on this in court, finding no merit in Chris Brown's claims. The judge basically said that the journalistic standards were upheld. He said the producers presented a fair and true report, including inconsistencies in Jane Doe's story, such as the text messages, and both sides of the allegations. Protected speech, the judge said, as Chris Brown is a public figure. The documentary's content, drawn from public records, judicial proceedings, and opinions, qualified as protected under the First Amendment and anti-SLAPP provisions. Defamation requires proof of knowingly false statements with actual malice, which Chris Brown failed to demonstrate, the judge said. Also, specific to Mrs. Cole's statement, the judge noted that there was no evidence that her opinion on Chris Brown was false, especially given Chris Brown's admission to punching Rihanna. Now, he also claimed there was no evidence of falsehoods. The court found that the documentary relied on documented facts and interviews, not fabricated content. The dismissal prevents the case from proceeding to trial unless Chris Brown appeals it successfully. As of today, Chris Brown nor his public legal team have responded to this L. The public has all been talking about this online. Right now, there's been no financial penalties that were imposed on Chris Brown because of this loss, but the dismissal reinforces protections for documentaries addressing public figures' controversy. That's why I try to tell these people about Diddy. Everybody said, man, Diddy gonna get sued next. Man, Diddy didn't get a dime from them. You just seen what happened with Chris Brown. And I like C Breezy as an artist. I like his music. But I don't agree with hitting on women. Just like I don't agree with women hitting on men. I don't agree with none of that shit, bro. But I'm a fan of his music. I like his music. You know what I'm saying? He's a very talented artist. Um, but I'm gonna say this: Sean Diddy Combs, they talking about the Netflix documentary and stuff. Man, this same shit gonna happen, man. That shit gonna get shoe flied in court, man. Diddy go to court trying to file $1 billion lawsuit. All you gonna do is waste money on lawyers, man. That's all he gonna do, because that judge gonna throw it out just like they threw this out, man. I mean, unless Diddy have something that just outrageously is provably false. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and he's gonna have to have the burden of proving that, because he's the one that's bringing forth the lawsuit. So, again, man, sad situation, man. You know, I wish the brothers would make better decisions. Like, I wish Chris Brown would have never got into it with Rihanna. I know that sometimes you get in arguments, you young. I wish the homie would have just got out and just walked away, bro. This would have saved. I think that would have saved his entire career. Because Chris Brown before that was headed to a trajectory. All right, my bad, y'all. So Chris Brown before that was headed to a trajectory that was out of this world, man. I mean, his trajectory was crazy, bro. Chris Brown. And so now, like, to see how this all played out, you know, it bothers me, because I'm like, damn, dog, this nigga's trajectory was crazy great. And to see it go down like this, to see him go out like this, you know what I'm saying? Imagine what Chris would have went to if he would have never got to that Rihanna situation, man. Bro, this man would have probably been the biggest artist. Probably, man, this nigga would have been, he'd have been right there with Michael Jackson, the way he was headed. I mean, this dude was superstar status. No doubt about it. I mean, he still is a superstar, but not how he would have been if he would have never had that situation. Man, Chris Brown would have been goddamn going, bro, this dude right here is crazy talented, bro. And he's so talented, he still got ladies love me. I'm on my cool J. He can still say that shit, and the ladies still gonna go wild. Period. That's just the facts. They still love this nigga. You know what I mean? He ain't gotta love a nigga. You know what I mean? They still love C Breezy. Period. You know, I just wish that C Breezy would have never did that, bro. His whole career, even though he's at a high level, his career would have went to a whole different stratosphere had he would have never gotten that situation with Rihanna, man. I just pray. I wish that he could take that day would go back where he didn't have to see that day, man. I wish that he could have just made a different decision to just get up out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think his entire career would have been different right now. You know, he's headed in a whole different direction. He would have, the movies he would have been in, you know, that he missed out on, the money that he missed out on. Think about all the money Chris Brown missed out on just because of that. The way he was going, bro. It was crazy. But this was back when music was making money for people. Chris Brown was popping when music was making money for people. He was so talented. I mean, the movies, all this shit. This is easy work. So, man, bro. I'm just telling y'all what's up, man. You said, did he file it? Yeah, he lost it. He filed it, and the judge ruled against him. The judge basically said that, as I just told y'all, the judge basically threw out everything he was putting in the suit, man. The judge basically threw it all out. You know what I'm saying? The judge, he wasn't feeling that shit, man. The judge, like I said, the judge just threw it all out, bro. He was just like, nah. You know, he said that he don't think that they slandered him. He think they did great journalism. You know, and that's the bad part that you're gonna get. Like, whenever you have a situation prior like that, you know, with violence, they're gonna get you. Like, the judge ain't never gonna side with you after that. So he probably already knew. Yeah, they not side with me. Ain't no way in hell they side with me. He had to have known that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all feel though. Let me know what y'all think, man. Salute everybody tapped on in, man. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe once again. There are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.